I am honored to be part of the first Starlight webinar with my presentation about light pollution and dark skies. My name is Stefanie Suchy. I work for the Tyrolean Environmental Ombuds Office, and among other things, I deal with the issue of light pollution and responsible lighting. The Tyrolean Environmental Ombuds Office is a department of the provincial government. The office is primarily an institution with a mandate to represent the interests of nature and environment in approval procedures. The Competence Center on Light Pollution and Dark Skies is the umbrella under which we work. It covers several areas of responsibility. For example, we are a regional contact point for complaints from residents regarding disturbance by artificial light. We advise experts, lighting planners, municipalities, sports associations, and so on to avoid light pollution. We create guidelines for responsible lighting. We do awareness work, lectures, webinars, and maintain the website lightwithlight.org. We work in regional tourism development for the valorization of natural nights and starry skies. And finally, are involved in international programs and projects. Several people are active and responsible in the Competence Center, and my colleague, Stefanie Pontasch, leads the Starlight project from the Austrian side. Monique Hayek is also significantly involved in this program and is with me today on this webinar. But now to the content. First of all, I would like to talk about the value of the night from a scientific, emotional, philosophical perspective. Half of Earth always was dark. Day, night is eternal. The night is as important as the day. For us humans, as day-active beings, the night often remains hidden and invisible. So what is the value of the night from a scientific point of view? The night is the activity period of many animals. About 2/3 of animal species worldwide are nocturnal. Within insects, even more species are active at night. Nocturnal animals depend on darkness and natural light from the moon, the stars. They really need the night. Light-related rhythms are important for many organisms. Life functions and processes have been adapted to these rhythms. The natural night also creates recovery and regeneration, not only for us humans, also for animals and plants. What is the significance of the night for people, emotionally, philosophically, and also culturally? Light generally has a very positive image. The fear of darkness runs very deep. Humans rely on their sense of sight. When it gets dark, we can't perceive colors, our vision decreases, and we may feel vulnerable, disorientated, and afraid. But the night also brings positive feelings. The night has something mysterious, archaic, and even romantic. Stargazing is an ancient tradition. The starry sky had a practical use, or still has, for navigation or as a calendar. Our ancestors also used the starry sky to live out their creativity and imagination. Many constellations have their own stories. The view into the Milky Way, our own galaxy, and even in foreign galaxies shows the infinity of the universe and at the same time the limitedness of the surfaces and resources on our Earth. The ability to appreciate the cosmos helps us in a way to reflect on who we are. light pollution. If the natural light conditions in the night hours are overlaid by artificial light, we speak of light pollution. Within the last 100, 150 years, within the last 1-2 generations, a relatively short period of time, the nocturnal landscape in populated areas has been illuminated. Unwanted artificial light at night illuminates indoor living areas, the environment, brightens up the night sky, or cause glare. On this picture, you can see a compilation of satellite images. Some countries or regions, such as Portugal, the UK, Belgium, the Netherlands, or northern Italy, are brightly illuminated. Light pollution is continuously increasing. According to a recent study from Europe, light pollution is increasing by about 2% per year in rural and urban areas, and almost double in the intermediate zones or suburban areas, where settlement and infrastructure development takes place, commercial zones are established, and cities expand. An even more recent study tops these results once again. The data from 50,000 citizen scientists were used. According to the results, human-induced sky brightness is increasing by about 6 to 10% per year between the years 2011 and 2022. Here you can see a section of the new World Atlas of Artificial Night Sky Brightness. The basis for this modeled map is satellite data from 2014. Each color change means a doubling of light pollution, and in the orange to the white areas, the Milky Way is completely invisible for the observer. There are not many, but a few larger untouched regions in Europe where night is still allowed to be night. In Spain, for example, along the Alpine Arc, in Romania, or Bosnia-Herzegovina, for example. We zoom out. Here you can see the whole New World Atlas of Artificial Night Sky Brightness. More than 80% of humanity and more than 99% of North Americans, European, and Japanese live under light-polluted skies. In South America, Africa, Australia, and Russia, there are still areas where it's dark. However, light pollution is also increasing in these countries, except for Australia. The maps show how the light pollution situation has changed between 2012 and 2016. On the left, the change in illuminated area, and on the right, the change in brightness. Red colors mean increase and blue colors mean decrease of light pollution. In summary, we can say the brightness and also the extent of illuminated areas are increasing worldwide. So where does all the light come from? From the lighting of sports facilities, illumination of churches, buildings, billboards, shop windows, streets, decorative lighting. 2/3 of Vienna's light dome is caused by non-public light sources, 1/3 by public ones. That means that the light smog of the city is mainly caused by billboards, shop windows, and illumination of buildings. Just 1/3 by the illumination of roads. This results applies more to cities and suburban areas. In rural areas, street lighting, illuminated churches, and sports facility lighting are the most noticeable, at least in Austria. At some point, of course, one asks the question why light pollution is increasing so much. There are certainly several reasons. Here is the evaluation of a questionnaire, which can be found on the website lightwithlight.org. So what do the people think about that? Most fillers see the reason in the fact that artificial light as a consumer good attracts attention and implies prosperity and progress. Many criticize the lack of laws and regulations and see this as the reason for the increase in light pollution. Some countries have laws, like Slovenia, Italy, Spain, and Germany. Bulgaria and Austria have not. Then comes the perception of safety. The use of artificial light is not decreasing because many people feel more comfortable and safer in illuminated areas. After that comes the energy issue. Relatively inexpensive energy, at least until recently, coupled with new efficient LED technology results in wasteful use of artificial light. And finally, still almost 200 people think that knowledge about the negative effects of artificial light at night is still not widespread. Educational work is necessary so that light pollution no longer increases or is even reduced. Now, what are the effects of the wrong light in the wrong place at the wrong time? My post speakers will go into some points in more detail, so just briefly, our physical as well as our mental health is affected by too much artificial light at night. Light pollution has a disruptive effect on all levels of biodiversity. Of course, light pollution also means useless energy use and CO2 emissions, glare and road traffic hazards, as well as disruption of professional and hobby astronomy. Looking from the Earth to the sky, it is clear that the artificial light of the populated areas makes the starry sky disappear. Under natural night sky, about 3,000 stars can be observed, and in a bright city, hardly 100, often much less. Which illumination levels are harming? Artificial illumination can make it about 100,000 times brighter than it would be under natural conditions, an enormous dimension. Even very low intensities, full moon brightness, 0.3 lux and less, affect organisms. These illumination levels already reach natural areas near settlements through sky glow. Which light colors are harming? There's more evidence of adverse effects from short wavelength visible light or neutral to cool white light sources. Low color temperatures are recommended for health, environmental, and astronomical reasons. So what can be done to deal responsibly with artificial light at night? Is illumination really necessary? Does it serve safety? First of all, this question has to be asked. If lighting is really necessary, attention should be paid on the following 3 factors or aspects. The location, preserve so-called dark infrastructure, time period, only illuminate when it's needed, know how targeted light, lowest possible light levels, and warm white light colors. Finally, a repetition of the chapter with illustrations. Illuminate only in settlement areas. Do not illuminate water bodies or plants, as these are important animal habitats, and artificial light at night also affect plants. Illuminate when it's needed with the help of night shut off or sensor controlled lighting. Targeted light using shielded luminaires, full cutoff luminaires to illuminate only the usable area. Uniform light with low-level non-glare lighting. Use warm white light sources less than 3000 Kelvin. For my presentation, relevant Starlight Toolkit links are listed here. I will also post them in the chat after my presentation. With this webcam photo of the city of Innsbruck, where our office is located, I would like to conclude. This picture was taken at 2 a.m. today, and I'm pretty sure that not all of the lights you can see are really necessary at this time. Thank you for listening, and now hopefully we still have some time for comments and questions.